After all these years together, through so much of life, side by side, do you really know what your cat thinks is happening when you pet them? The truth is, your cat has no idea what petting even is. Some touch they only tolerate. Another kind tells them they're safe and loved. And one touch you're sure is affection actually leaves them feeling trapped. We'll come to that. To understand why, we go back to when they were a kitten. Let's begin. 1. Have you ever noticed that before you even touch your cat, they push their head into your hand first? That little bump against your fingers, the side of their face pressed to your knuckles. Most of us smile and think, oh, they want to be petted. But here's what's really happening. That's called bunting. Along your cat's cheeks and forehead are tiny scent glands, and when they rub their face against you, they're leaving their own private scent on your skin, a scent no one else can smell but them. Your cat isn't asking for attention. Your cat is marking you as theirs. And to understand how deep that goes, picture them at just a few weeks old, nestled against their mother, rubbing that same little face into her fur to feel safe. That instinct never leaves them. When your cat bunts their head into your hand today, some part of them is doing the very first thing they ever learned to do to say, this one is family. This one is home. So the next time those whiskers brush your fingers before a single stroke, remember, that's not your cat begging to be pet, that's your cat claiming you. Now, here's something most people never learn. Your cat's body isn't one big welcome mat for your hand. There's a map on them, invisible to you, but very real to them. Researchers actually studied this. They found that cats most enjoy being touched right here, in the small space between the eyes and the ears and along the cheeks and chin. And the spot they liked the very least? The base of the tail, the very lowest of all. Those favorite places are exactly where your cat's scent glands sit, the same spots they rub on you. When you stroke there, you're speaking their language. But there's a tender surprise buried in that same research. Cats often reacted more sharply when their own beloved owner stroked the wrong areas than when a stranger did. Not because they trust you less, but because, with you, they let their guard all the way down, and a touch in a sensitive spot lands harder. So if your cat leans in for a chin scratch, but slips away when your hand drifts toward their lower back, please don't take it as rejection. That's not your cat pulling away from you. That's a small animal protecting the one place they were never built to defend. Here's a moment you may know well. You're petting your cat, and suddenly they turn and start licking your hand, that rough little tongue working away at your skin. Some people pull back, thinking the cat wants them to stop, but it's the opposite. Time equals, quote, 0.5 seconds, quote, / greater than. What your cat is doing has a name. It's called allo grooming, the grooming cats share with the ones they trust. In a group, cats lick each other around the head and ears, the very spots they can't quite reach themselves, and it does two quiet things at once. It keeps the peace between them, and it blends their scents into one shared family smell. So when your cat licks your hand, they aren't cleaning a mess. They're folding you into that circle. They're grooming you the way they'd groom another cat they've chosen to live alongside. And that's not just a habit. That's your cat treating you as one of their own. In their world, there is no higher compliment. You didn't earn it by feeding them. You earned it by being someone they feel safe enough to care for right back. And this isn't just a sweet idea. A few years ago, researchers at Oregon State University ran a simple test. They watched how cats behaved when their owner stepped out of the room and then returned a few minutes later. What they found surprised even the scientists. About 65% of cats showed what they call secure attachment, the very same bond a young child forms with a parent they trust completely. Sit with that for a moment. The cat resting near you right now doesn't only share your home. In their quiet way, they've decided you are their safe place, the one they look for when the world feels uncertain. If seeing your cat this way is changing something for you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. just tap the red subscribe button below the video. It genuinely helps us reach more cat lovers who want to understand what their cats have been saying all along. And now we come to the one I promised you at the start. You know the moment. Your cat is in your lap, purring, eyes half closed, and everything feels perfect. You keep petting, long, slow strokes down the back, again and again. And then, out of nowhere, they suddenly turn, catch your hand, and slip away. For years you may have thought, how ungrateful. One second they love it, and the next they turn on me. But here is the gentle truth. Your cat was never turning on you. And this has nothing to do with your cat getting older, or grumpier, or loving you any less. This has a name too, overstimulation. For many cats, being petted over and over in the same place builds up like a sound getting louder and louder, until their nervous system simply can't take anymore. And the study I mentioned earlier found something important. Those long strokes all the way down to the base of the tail are exactly the ones cats find hardest to bear. They almost always warn us first. The tail begins to twitch, the skin along their back gives a little ripple, the ears turn back like tiny airplanes. Those are your cat quietly saying, "That's enough now." And when we don't notice, the bite becomes the only word they have left. So here's all you have to do. Pet in short, gentle passes, then lift your hand and pause. If they lean back in or bump you for more, wonderful, carry on. If they don't, you've simply listened. That bite was never betrayal. It was your cat asking for a little space, in the only language they had. And this brings us to the tenderest signal of all, the one that takes a lifetime of trust to earn. Maybe you've seen it. Your cat rolls over beside you and shows you their soft belly. Or they stretch out and press their whole body against your leg, your side, your chest, as if trying to melt into you. It's easy to look at that belly and think it's an invitation to rub it, and sometimes it is. But what it truly means runs so much deeper. Think about what your cat is out in the wild. A hunter, yes, but also small and hunted. In the open, a cat lying belly up has given away every defense they have. It is the single most dangerous position they can take. Out there, it could cost them their life. And your cat chooses to do it, right beside you, on purpose. That's not laziness. It isn't an old habit. It isn't even them asking for a belly rub. It's the deepest sentence a small, cautious creature can say without a single word. I have no defenses up around you. I trust you with all of me. After all their years of instinct telling them to stay guarded, your cat looked at you and decided you were the exception. So think back to that touch that leaves a cat feeling trapped, the endless strokes, the hand that won't stop. Now you know, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to pause and let them lead. Every time you stop and let your cat come back to your hand, you're speaking their language a little more clearly than the day before. And here's the truth that ties it all together. Your cat was never being cold or distant or hard to read. They were telling you everything all along, in the press of a cheek, the rough lick of a tongue, the soft belly turned up beside you. You just needed someone to hand you the translation. Before you go, I'd love to know, does your cat bump their head into your hand first, or do they lick you back when you pet them? Tell me in the comments. I read every one, and it says more about your bond than you think. Because you were never just petting them. You were doing the very first thing their mother ever did, telling them they are safe, telling them they're home.